Let me find a tier list. Tier maker ticks go. Why are there so many ads on tier maker? What happened? Where's the reset button? Hello? Okay, I think this should work. You know, for most of these, I think this should work, and I'll explain why. So, easy one, I think Blitzcrank is the worst character in the game. But I think it's not because he's poorly designed or anything like that. It's just that, like, he is a slow-moving grappler. He actually gets kind of fast in Steam. And his normals take up a lot of space now. I just think he's not a bad character in this game. It's just relative to the power level of other characters. Like, he's not as insane as, like, Vi or, like, Illaoi or get like Braum or something, you know? But he's not bad. He's not a bad character at all. He's just way harder to fight for what's good in the current game, right? That's not to say like Blitz can't win. Like there are people like Fabulous Zucchini, right? To name one guy, like he does pretty well playing Blitz, you know? He's very, very good. And I think that's just kind of like the nature of the kind of character you're picking, right? You're picking like the grappler in attack game. They're either super duper broken or super, super good. And there are super duper broken grapplers in this game, and we'll get there. But yeah, I mean, I just think like really basic kit, right? It's kind of hard to make him broken without making other characters really bad. Like if you see a top 8 and there's like more than one Blitzcrank, there is a problem with the game, probably. Like this character should never be like a super popular pick, you know what I mean? Or something like that. I'm probably not going to go in order. I'll order it later, but I'll probably get there. Easy one. I think Caitlyn. I actually don't think Caitlyn's very good right now. I think there was a lot of initial hype over her, but the biggest thing, she just like her game plan does not flow very well. Like she has a lot of recovery on things. She has like, she dies to parry if you like parry one of her sniper shots and like just stuff like that. Like it's really bad. Like if I go right, and that's a punish. So let's say I'm like here, like I can just do like, you know what I mean? And like a lot of characters can do this. It's not even like a Yasuo exclusive thing. But with Yasuo, it's brain dead. But like punish, right? And she can't do anything. Like that's just a punish. And that being like her main game plan is really bad. Like also another big thing is that like people are always jumping, right, in this game. So really, really big thing is like if I jump, you're just dead, right? Like if I'm here and you didn't insta flick up, you're just dead. Like she's just so like swingy and neutral. Like you just have to, every interaction is like a gamble like that unless you insta call assist, right? Whereas like a character like Yasuo, chillin', da 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 da, right? I can make this safe. I can stance hop if I think you're near me, stuff like that, right? Like she's just so weird. Her like offense too, in a game that is so like crazy, it like leaves more to be desired, right? Like she hits you and her best option is to roll away. It's just very, very weird. Like, she doesn't do anything to you when she hits you on block. Because, I mean, that's, like, the biggest thing a lot of characters want is they want to, like, touch your block. And when she does, there's really nothing for her to do for most teams. And C? No, I don't think there's, like, C tier in this game. I think, like, B tier. Because the thing is, like, the power level of these characters is, like, really good. If Blitzcrank hits you, you fucking die. If Caitlyn hits you, you fucking die. But, like, Blitzcrank's neutral sucks. Caitlyn's neutral sucks. Caitlyn's offense sucks. Blitzcrank's like defense and like neutral is really bad, you know. But like I don't know. I don't think these characters are actually bad in terms of like in terms of like how they're made. They're actually all very good characters, but when you start comparing them to each other, right, that's when the weaknesses start to show. When you think about what does Caitlyn really add to teams, right? Like she doesn't really add much. You're just trying to like supplement like things Caitlyn is bad at, right? So it's like she just doesn't feel really strong. It feels like you're trying to pick up so much slack when you like decide to play her. So it's really weird. Okay, we're gonna do Yasuo Ekko tier. Bang, bang, right? These, it's just so easy. Like I learned how to play Yasuo in a week. By the way, shilling my YouTube video in a YouTube video, especially my YouTube new upload today. Go check it out. I learned how to play Yasuo in a week, and I beat a lot of very strong players that have been playing their teams for 6 months plus. And my 1 week Yasuo Ekko beat all of them. You know what I mean? Like Yasuo, like he's just so strong, right? Like I mean, this one thing people don't talk about in terms of like Yasuo's strength, because one of the things I value a lot is killing people's assists or counterplaying their assists, right? And that's just like a staple of like my tag gameplay is like this move, because it's so active and you can place it in 2 different spots, right? You can just counterplay someone's assists, right? So like, let's say this Caitlyn is trying to call their Yasuo, right? He can't call his assist. And let's say I'm over here. If I think he's gonna call his assist, bang. And like almost every assist in the game gets meaty by that, right? There's just like a few that come up behind you, but the few that come up behind you are like projectiles and stuff, and they either come up behind you and then they run into it, or this will just lose the projectile anyway, right? So it's like being able to have this and to do this on reaction to a lot of things in neutral is ridiculous. You just can't, you kill like the idea of like playing around like tag parry, you don't let them do that, you force a tag early. So if they see this and they're like, okay, he's gonna meaty my assist, tag, they tagged full screen, they're disadvantaged, they tag full screen. Now you get to counterplay them, right? And do a bunch of things to them. I mean, like his mix-up is like ridiculous. Like you can just like force whatever you want. He hits you, you die. It doesn't matter, right? And then, I mean, like Ekko, right? The thing I value with Ekko so much, right, is like, to me, he's such a good tournament pick. And he's so strong because all of his hits are consistent, right? Like, very easy to combo with, very easy to mix up with. Everything goes into itself. And like, the higher your game knowledge is and like system knowledge is, it like scales very well with it, right? Like, if you understand, okay, like, you understand like his unique mechanics with like rewind and just like using time winder. Time winder is super fucked up assist, or super fucked up button, fireball, Helmbreaker plus assist is really, really good. You guys see me do that so much. Like, it just is just so strong. Like, pair that with someone like Yasuo, bang, bang, mix up time, and then you just get to do whatever you want, right? Not to mention his frame data is really good, right? 5H pushback, very minimal, -3. Jab, -1, minimal pushbacks, jab, throw, jab, throw, jab, throw, jab, throw. All of his jabs, insta tick throw. You don't have to dash, right? So it's just really, 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 really strong. Also, triple low, right? He has the 3L. They buffed the 3L as well. Just really strong, really good buttons in neutral, really good speed. Also, like, people underestimate his movement a lot of the time. They don't really move around with Ekko. I feel like they kind of just throw themselves at the opponent or just run away, one of the two. They never try to like move around the actual opponent they're fighting. So I mean, like, he just has so many good move options, right? Like, if you just have stuff like this, move around, even if you just have one, right? And then the thing is, like, he also can rush down really well, right? Like, dash jab, as I mentioned, is really strong. Dash medium's really good. If you're closer and you have like assist, like Helmbreaker plus assist is really good. JS2, JS1, S1 plus assist, you know, just like 5M plus assist. Dude, even like just jumping, calling assist, reaction, doing stuff like that. It's very, very, very strong. Like, he has very good movement. The thing that I will say is a little weird with Ekko sometimes is that, like, sometimes his offense can be a little weird to get started without like tag or something like that. So I think he's like very dependent on like having tag, but like he can also set up things like solo, right? The only thing I think about Ekko is a very similar it's a similar thing with Yasuo, where I feel like the weaknesses of the character, so like Ekko has to interact at some point, right? And it's really funny to say that because they're playing a fighting game. Like, he does have to interact at some point. He's very good at moving around and setting up that interaction and playing into a lot of characters. It may not always be favorable, but he always has a chance and he always has an option, right? But the big thing that separates him and Yasuo is that Yasuo doesn't have to interact most of the time if he's being played correctly, even solo without tag, because of things like Fireball, right? Like, if you have tag, like tools like, okay, if I'm chilling here, I think you're gonna come at me, right? I could just tag if you jump at me, right? I can do so many things, right? If you block the fireball, I can stance cancel, right? So let's say, like, and now you're in like mix-up, right? Like, and now you lost the game, right? Like, And then this is why Ekko is among one of the best characters in the game. He is like the best post-hit OP in the game. Right? And then the other thing too, to touch on with Yasuo, is he fights mechanics like push block and what is it called? Retreating guard very well. So let's make Yasuo get push blocked on 1. Right? I can run up and punish him for trying to do something. Let's say jab 2. Same thing. Same thing. He can always close that distance pretty well. But then at the same time, he can always do stuff like this, right? Like he always has an option. So like, let's just say even on like push block 2, like you could like tag parry, but then I can also just back up, right? Like because of stance, his stuff is so open world. Like you can really just do like jab jab, run up throw, jab jab, cross up. And then cross up gets scary because you can do jab jab, jab jab, stance dash, right? Or jab stance Kara, use hit 6 forward. And then this gets scary because then you could, right? You just start doing this to people. It gets crazy, right? He's as good as your hands are. I mean, that's the biggest thing with like characters like Yasuo and Ekko. I think Ekko requires more like game sense and like being like just fundamentally pretty strong. I think like even like bad players on Ekko are a bit annoying to fight, but you can out neutral them and kill them. I think I hate fighting bad Yasuo players more because they have 17 nukes on any neutral option, and like I could randomly just get got, and the reward is insane, right? Both are very scary, but I personally think Yasuo is the best character in the game for all the reasons above. He doesn't really have a lot of like clear weaknesses. Okay, here's the big thing. I'm gonna pause the music for this. Here's the thing. The thing that truly pisses me off about Yasuo, because of other games I played recently, is okay, when you think of fighting games, right? And you think of fighting these characters, you think of character to character matchup, you think that there's a spot on the screen where like, okay, surely if I stand at this spot on the screen, it will feel better to fight Yasuo, right? But that just doesn't exist. He has this to threaten mid-range, he can always back up, he has Fireball from full screen, he has Fireball up close, can turn into Tornado, he has this to threaten full screen, he has this to threaten anti-air, calls his tag, stance H to clear the screen again, right? And the thing is like, he has committal options and non-committal options. So like he can always just react. You don't really have to do much. Oh, you're doing Fireball, dash through your Fireball, Kara dash through, now I'm in, da-da-da-da-da, right? Like, it doesn't really have a range that he's bad at. And he can threaten range from everywhere. Right, mix up, and then he goes into like mix up pretty flawlessly from everything. So he's pretty good. I do think the two weaknesses of Yasuo are like if you whiff, he kind of explodes when you whiff, and then also some of his solo offense does lose to people that like are willing to RPS with you, right? So it's like if you want to RPS with Yasuo, you flip the coin of like, okay, you might hit him, and you probably won't kill him for the options he's RPSing. But if he calls out your mash or calls out something that you're doing, you will die because he does 1 billion damage, right? So it's like, boohoo, they can RPS with me. But if I'm right, I win and I kill you and you take like 50%, right? Into Oki and you die. Or if I have resources, you just die, right? So that's his thing. Ekko, it's like, I mean, I don't think Ekko's bad at all. I just think like he needs meter and he has to run at you eventually and interact sometimes. That's about it. And that's not really like a bad thing, it's just how the character works, right? So let's look at, I think Teemo is really, really good. I think he's better than a lot of people give credit for. I mean, like they did nerf like slingshot tag and stuff like that, right? So if I do, right, it doesn't hold the slingshot anymore, right? Big thing. But the thing is, like, his unique tools are still really good. Like, he still has bush, he still has invis, right? Like, this is just very strong. He moves around really fast. It's very, very good. Inzem is a pretty good example of like a very strong Teemo player. It's like Inzem, there's Globo. Those are like the two first ones that come to mind. There's probably a lot of other good Teemo players out there, but those are the ones that I know off the top of my head because I play them sometimes. I think Teemo just is really good because like his like mid-range control with like traps and stuff like that is pretty good. Pair it with assists depending on the team. He's one of those where like you can't just pick him with something. You have to like pair him specifically. So I think like Teemo, Yasuo, double down. Ahri, Teemo, either with double down or freestyle is really, really strong, right? There's even like, shout out this dude named T-Turtle. He plays like Teemo Blitz and does pretty good too. That guy's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of like things you can do, and there's a lot of like untapped stuff. But I think he's very strong. A lot of different options. Like jump dart is one of the best options. Big dart or ground dart is one of the best options in the game too. He has a lot of like really interesting options. Parachute is really good against characters that aren't Yasuo or Vi or Illaoi. But yeah, he's really, 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 really strong. I think he's really good. His damage is really good. He does a lot of damage. I haven't done a Teemo combo in forever. Let's see if I can do a Teemo combo. Still got it. Right, hell damage, hell carry, blah blah blah, right? Like, he's just really good. I think he's a very solid character. You have to pick a team around him. You can't just slap him on like Ekko or Yasuo, right? Very, very strong character. Good, well balanced, I think. This is where it may get spicy. I think Jinx is really strong. I don't think she's really bad, to be honest. I think a lot of people think Jinx is bad. I'm not quite sure why. I think she has some of the problem with Teemo where like you have to pick her specifically with certain team comps, but that doesn't mean she's bad. It just means like if you want to play Jinx, you have to play things to bring things out of her, right? Yeah, I mean, Kane just won a French gigantic regional with her, right? Like, the character is strong. He beat Ekko Yasuo plus Vi and Caitlyn, right? Like, it's a very, very strong character. Like, both of her assists are very good. This is one of the best assists in the game. This assist is also really, really good, depending on the character, right? There's a lot of, like, weird uses that you can do with it. Like, there's a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, the character is just really, really strong. I think, like, she has very consistent hits. So, like, if you hit someone... Alright, just, like, I don't play Jinx, so I don't know what the hits are. But, like, I don't know, you just do, like, just basic stuff with her, right? Like, you get the hit. Like, people always end with this. This is, like, a really good Oki situation in general. Like, she's just really, really strong. I mean, like, if you ever get a hit like this... Right. And then, you know, character-specific combos, blah, 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 right? Like, stuff like that. Like, I think she's really strong. I think her thing is, like, her solo offense isn't really strong, and her on-block pressure isn't really strong. So she has that weird, there's that weird issue of, like, Caitlyn as well, but not as bad. Caitlyn has it worse, because at least, like, most characters in this game have, like, button into special move tag, right? So it's like, if I do... And then you can, like, make it hold up, whatever. Yeah, like, you can do a bunch of stuff with it. I'm not very good, but... Right? And then, like, get, like, a mix-up or something like that, right? Whatever. Like, it's not a good team, but you know what I'm saying. So she has a lot of things, like, you can always just, like, program this on block. Da-da-da-da, right? Move backwards. I think she's really strong. I don't think she's bad. I do think she does have a handful of matchups that are not very good for her, but, I mean, like, that's kind of, like, where it comes into, like, how good are you at the game? When you have to overcome bad matchups like that. Like, there are some matchups I think that are fucked, but I think, like, even she can fight Yasuo, like, wind wall and, like, stuff like layer 1 stuff pretty well. But it's really up to, like, the player skill to shine in that regard. I mean, like I said, Kane just won. Okay, and now here's where I think my tier list gets a little weird. So we're gonna, I think this is like, it's ordered. Everything is ordered, but I think Teemo is barely better than Darius. I think Darius is really good. My problem with Darius in this version of the game is that he is very specific, and I realized that after Frosty, after talking with some friends and such as Sajam and other people as well. The big thing is that, like, he also has people like to pretend that this issue doesn't exist, where, like, you can just pick, like, let's say, for example, right? Because I thought this too. I thought I could just play Ekko and Darius and win because it's a good Ekko team. But it is not a good Darius team. It is not a good Darius team, right? he needs to be enabled. Like, he's a character that, like, he needs to heavily be enabled. So that's why you see teams like Darius Braum or Darius Illaoi do very well and like beat good players and stuff like that, because like this character, when he gets enabled, is just so strong, right? I mean, like, they've just buffed this really good. It's +3. If he hits you, you explode. He does so much damage, right? Like, most average Darius B&B moment. Like, you just explode, right? Yeah, I mean, Darius Ahri, right? There's like a handful of like really good Darius teams. But yeah, I mean, like, he's just strong. My biggest thing is that, like, as not to bring it back to like, is Darius a big body? Is he a Shoto? Whatever, right? Like, he really does feel like this game's Shoto, in my opinion. Like, I really felt like I was playing Ryu. He jumps, he has one option. He hits this, or he does this, or he just floats, right? That's it. These are pretty good options. Don't get me wrong. They're all really good options. But at some point, you know, they're open to a lot of counterplay and stuff like that, right? So, big thing is, his neutral feels pretty vanilla in a game where people are doing crazy fucking options, right? This fireball is good, but it's not good enough as, let's say, like Timewinder or Caitlyn shot or something, right? Or like Teemo slingshot, right? It's not a good, like, I'm gonna throw this out there and look and do something button. It's like, I'm doing this on reaction, or I'm doing this on preemption or preemptive to like catch something or meaty something, right? It's not as strong. Like, you can kind of do the thing where like you do this to like meaty their assist. You probably saw me do that a lot in Frosty and leading up to it. You do that to like meaty someone's assist calls and stuff like that, but then it leaves you open to like them jumping, so you have to tag and preempt that as well, right? So it's very weird. You know, his on block pressure, a bit weird, especially against push block. This is kind of like the final straw for me. There's a lot of things where I feel like I should be strong in this range, but because of things like tag parry, I lose, right? So let's say they push block, I run up and I hit medium as I'm supposed to. They're mashing tag there after that push block. They see me hit medium, boom, parry, I lose the game. So this character is like tag parry victim number 1. His jabs aren't even good, right? So if I were to do jab medium, run up jab, they can see that. If I hit crouch jab, they can see that. If I want to hit sweep, they can tag see sweep, low parry. If I want to do that, tag parry. Like, everything is tag parry. So they tag, they look at what I'm doing, I have to do nothing, and then they auto RPS at this range where I'm supposed to be good, but they're in advantage, and I'm just at pure disadvantage. And it just feels so bad to play around. So he just gets fucked by that mechanic super hard. So at the highest level, like, playing around that just felt so bad, and that's why I don't like him. But like, the thing is, I feel like he should be stronger than where I have him, but yeah, he just gets bodied by the system mechanics at the higher level. And he just has not a lot of good neutral options. It's like, if you're Darius fighting Ekko just zooming around, it's pretty hard to fight. If you're Darius trying to fight Yasuo doing Judgment Cut, S2, close S2, far S2, pretty hard to fight. Like, his assists are really good, I think, as well. It's basically pre-patch Ekko my time, but it wall bounces, right? And it's really, really good. But the thing is, like, he has to come out and travel, right? So it has a bit more travel time, and it's a bit easier to hit him because he's throwing himself at you. It's similar to like Yasuo assist, where it's like, you think it'll be very, very strong, but the problem with Darius is like, the post tag is not as strong because his jab is slower. So if Darius is like, let's say here, and I tag here, I'm at like disadvantage if they're already pushing a button or something like that, and I didn't get like tag parry timing, right? So it's just like, the RPS is not very good to like tag Darius into that scramble, whereas like, if I'm Yasuo and I tag, I have a 6-turn jab. He feels really good when he works. The problem is, if your opponent is keeping track of things, it's not work as well as I feel like he should, and it feels very annoying. So that's why I don't play him. So here's the thing. Would you rather run offense that works without you having to know your opponent's habits? Or would you rather run offense that just or you have to know your opponent's habits for the offense to work, and you have to RPS and guess around that, right? Or would you rather just run the offense that it does not care who you are, right? You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of these characters have that I'm going to put in this tier of best characters in the game. So we're just going to put them in the order. Like, I think these characters are all similar strength except Braum. I think Braum is like the end of this, but yeah, I think these characters are the best in the game. Probably been seeing Vi more and more recently. If you've been watching tournaments and such. I mean, right, some of the best round start options, you have Sway, or you have round start Sway, has like no recovery. Sway can go into Sway, Sway back, Sway forward. Unreactable grab off of like every normal. 5-frame jab, 5-frame 2L. Good mediums, right? Call assists. This stays out on hit, so Caitlyn could hit me. Vi will come in no matter what. So the only thing that I'm weak to is like air grab here, right? But the ground is just completely covered, right? So if I just choose to cover the ground, cover their parry, it eliminates so much of the neutral. And then like this move, when you block it, I can just tag, and you're just like fucked, right? Because I mean, like Vi doing this, I didn't even do a combo and that did 1 billion damage. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a Vi player. I don't know all the Vi juice, but she's really good. And then like her reward on hit, pretty consistent. I forgot, like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and I'm just doing 1 billion damage, right? Like, I forgot they changed so much about this character. So, like, this is just, she's just ridiculous. Like, especially on block. On block, because of Sway, as well. Right, instant cross-up. Sure, maybe these hits make it awkward, but you can, like, stabilize it pretty well. Right, you can just do stuff like that. Right, and then stuff like that. Like, I can hit the lab and learn some shit, right? But, like, she's just super strong. Ignorant option, plus assist, bang, bang, bang. Like, it's super annoying. Not to mention, she has a 50-50. This is a high. And this is a low. So it's 50-50, right? So, like, any block string where she makes you block, if she makes you block JH, 50-50. And it can auto-correct because this hits behind her. Right. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Bang. Right. You can do stuff like that. Double overhead. Because most people would just auto block low off this, right? Other thing too is like you can program her 5HH after charge H. So it gets pretty crazy. I've been thinking about playing Vi depending on the next patch. I might invest in her a little bit. If they don't address this in the next version, I don't know. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, she's just really strong. Everything about her is just strong. Her offense, her defense, because you have this, right? Like, this is a habit of Vi players, is they will weigh this, right? Like, it auto beats, like, high, low, and, like, cross-ups, right? This parry. This counter. But it is a really good thing to bust out in scrambles and stuff like that, because, he's just really, like... It's one of those moves that just neutralizes what's going on, right? Without having to really know what's happening. And more often than not, people will like hit a button, call an assist, and it's very good on block as well. If you manage to block it, it's not that bad either. And then the next character, Ahri. Yeah, I think Ahri is really, really good. I think, I mean, obviously she's the best character in the game turn, right? She's pretty simple. Pretty simple. I think she has a lot of similar strengths to Ekko, TBH. The only difference is her on block is not as great. Depending on the team she's playing. So, like, I mean, she can always just do, like, this, right? But this is to, like, push block and retreating guards, so you have to, like, do... Right, and then it's, like, not as good. Like, if you play Yasuo, it's really strong. If you play Ekko, it's pretty strong. It just depends. But, I mean, the thing she has in common with Ekko is that she hits you... Like, she basically just has, like, really consistent reward. I forgot the combos, but, like, you just do W1, S1 super, and this just works everywhere on the screen, right? Right? And then she has a similar strength to Ekko, right? You just always combo into limit strike like that off of every hit, no matter where you are, and you just do button super. You get a combo no matter where you're on the screen. It does 1 billion damage. Like, even if I do Like, that's still a lot of damage without even, like, tag launching. And then, you know, you can mix people up, do stuff like that. Very similar. I mean, obviously Ekko's post-hit is better, but, like, the on-hit and, like, the reward is just very strong. Not to mention, she has moves like this. This move has literally no recovery. People do not use her air movement that well, like... And then she still has air options, right? People love to... I think a lot of players recently have been, like... Just, like, being like, oh, all her strength is in this move. But, like, she has a lot of strength in a lot of, like, other movement options, you know? Like, people don't, like, even use Super Jump Float with her that much. Like, Super Jump Float up, Super Jump Float down. Like, even, like, doing stuff like... Right? Like, you can do things like this, right? Like... You know, like, she has a lot of, like, very unique options to her. And a lot of players do not use stuff like this, but she'll just get better when people get better at the game as well. She's definitely super duper duper strong. I just think her only weakness is that, like, her on-block pressure is not very good. But that is just very dependent on the team. Her neutral, one of the best. On-hit, one of the best. Post-hit, like, Oki setups, one of the best as well. Very simple. Very, very strong. And then we have Warwick. Warwick is easy. This shit is easy. What if your entire character power was in 2 buttons? 3 buttons. He has DP that is just safe on whiff, safe on block. If you get hit, you just lose the game because you just hit confirm into this. And then it leads into this. Right? Like, this button, S1, being an overhead, basically being almost unpunishable, is, like, ridiculous, right? Sure, it's more minus on block, right? -8. But the thing is, right? Let's just say you always have a meter in this game for the most part. Oh, nice. You tried to punish. Right, if done correctly, this person's just fun. But I'm bad, so it's chill. Oh, what if my back is to the corner? Yeah, so if my back is to the corner, you're, like, fucked. Yeah, it's very, very character specific. Right, I have to be closer to the wall. So, the big thing, too, is that, like, he's just so good against, like, push block, because he has similar thing with Yasuo where, like he can close the distance very fast, and because his jab reaches far, his 2M reaches far, like, he can be in this range in RPS just fine because he has jab, right? And it's fine. Because him doing this, right, and standing at this range is way more threatening than, like, most characters. Because he can get that mix-up, always. And then he has a lot of, like, very specific links that you can hit. That's a combo if you're good. He just has a lot of, like, very specific links. And his, like, reward on hit is very, very strong. Close. Got it. It's not that hard. But yeah, and then you get, like, the best Oki scenario in the game, right? He can tech chase, he can throw you, and then get a combo off the throw. If you learn the link, you can do so many things. And then on block, I mean, he just has some of the best stagger pressure in the game, right? Like, right, just like jab, jab, delay, 2M, call sis, right? Like, I mean, if you play him with, like, an actual other character you're playing with, right? Even stuff like this, I mean, this is a team that just won a giant tournament in France, like Wawa, over Wawa and Wade and other people. Kane beat everybody. But yeah, I mean, like, this character, super duper strong, consistent, like, his average hit, I mean, this is just like everyone, right? Like, everyone's just like average hit in this game is so crazy. Like, he has a lot of, like, very common BNBs that are very strong and put him into, like, his best winning conditions and post hit. Some of the easiest post hit in the game because you literally just do this, dash, 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 woo, and then you get a full screen mix up, right? Because that is an overhead, right? And then we've already established it's really good on block, good on hit, post hit's crazy, it all loops into itself, does 1 billion damage if you know the combos. And then Illaoi. Okay, we can speed run these. I mean, like, Illaoi, we all watch Frosty, right? I got fucking throw loop. She has a 0 frame recovery throw on tentacle. Yeah, this move is crazy. She gets a combo from it, right? And then this is one of the best win cons in the game. right? I mean, like Tenaka Oki doesn't really need an explanation. It covers everything. It's pretty strong. If you try to weigh a lot of options against it, you can hard call it out and beat her, but she can also hard call out your options too, right? So yeah, she's really strong. Not to mention her jab is 0 on block. So if you're wondering why a lot of players respect her stagger pressure, it's because like you go jab, jab, medium, and then like if you get hit, she just does so much damage. It's a very common theme. Everyone does a lot of damage. Right? She hooks you. Take 1 billion damage. Right, and then you can do whatever your team asks you to do right there, and kill them and win the game. So she's very strong. She's also another character I've considered playing. I think like if I don't like Vi, like let's say like they nerf Ekko Yasuo or something, and I have to pick a partner for Akali. For me personally, I'd probably pick Vi or Illaoi because of their win conditions. They're very, very strong, very, very simple. It just depends, but yeah. I mean, she's just super straightforward. Good anti-projectile. This is just a good button to swing. And then, alright, to close it out, I think really, really easy to explain Braum's strengths is just like big button, you get Unbreakable, right? Like, Unbreakable is just ridiculous. Everything has armor, he can chain armor. It's just, Braum is a bit of like a tag parry victim. But besides that, in neutral, like, this to destroy projectiles is very good, outside of like dealing with tag parry and stuff. Like, he can play around things very well. Like, this move, back S2, the shield, very strong. I think this character has a lot of untapped like potential, especially in neutral, with a lot of application of like this move and dropping it and getting used to doing so. Because like, dude, look at how fast he recovers out of it, right? Like, it's just so much. Even like, there's just so much that he can do. He is very, I think, underexplored. Like I keep saying, he's just so strong. He hits you. I don't know the Braum combos, so I'm not even gonna try to do Braum combos. He's very, very strong. He has stuff like the 3H is very good. Very good on block. He has down S1 command grab. Down S1 command grab is really, really good. This does mad damage. You can combo off this with like right. And then, you know, do 1 billion damage, right? Like, a lot of things he can do. So, I mean, that just, like, it's very simple, very straightforward character. Just super strong, strike throw, like, big body brawler. A lot of strength in neutral, and his buttons, especially when he just has Unbreakable, right? So, yeah. And I do think he is one of the best characters in the game. He's just underplayed. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the tier list. We can call it there. Boom.